Here's to being in your 20s and not knowing what you're doing or where you're going, where we know everything and nothing at the same time, where we aren't fully grown, but we are no longer kids. Today, we take time to acknowledge the 20-somethings. Welcome back to the 20-somethings podcast. I'm your host, Corrupts, and I have a guest with me today, Tip 12. You're our first official guest.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all for inviting me. I appreciate it.
We've had some nights out.
Yeah.
We've had some good nights out. Some great nights out. You never know how it is partying with people until you actually go out with them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Party life.
It's different.
It is. It's better when you out with people that you know.
Yeah.
It's really a vibe.
Yeah, but even though we've been out, I still don't know much about you. So let's get into childhood. How was your childhood and how did that affect your 20s?
That's a great question.
I like to go deep early.
Damn, my childhood, I was raised on love. I will say that. I grew up with just love from my family. You know what I'm saying? I always had my cousins around.
Cousins?
Yeah, a lot of cousins. So I grew up on love. But being from the city of Baltimore, it's trying to find that same love everywhere else can be detrimental. You know what I'm saying? You can go through some hard times, some rough times. Besides that, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah. Were you born in a two-parent household or was it just your mom?
Me and my mom. I lost my dad at a very young age.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. So I think that was another thing. The reason why I just always was wanted love.
Yeah.
Not only was I raised on love, but I also wanted brotherly love because I had my dad. So.
Yeah. So did you have, I guess, positive male figures in your life to show you how to be a man?
Yes and no. The reason why I say that is because it's possible for for your elders to teach you, your uncles and some of you met off the street or whatever you do in the industry, but it's different when you actually have your actual father or someone close to that.
To kind of guide you. Wow, that was pretty deep. You have siblings?
I do have siblings. I have two siblings. I have a sister on my father's side, and then I have a little sister on my mother's side. Her name's Anaya too. It's crazy.
Because we're the best, right? So wait, are you the oldest?
Well, no, I have a younger sister, and then I have an older sister on my father's side.
Mm-hmm. Back to your father, did you always know the situation that he wasn't here? Because people be having family secrets.
So he died. I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
So of course around that time I didn't really know, but as I got older, that's when I learned
wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. No. When I tell people, I told Nikki that you were gonna be on here, and everyone speaks very highly of you. Everyone speaks highly about the man you are, the person you are. You have good characteristics. Everybody tells me that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I just put good energy out there.
Same, because it matters.
It does matter because what you put out, you get back. Yeah, that too. And I got a big heart. I can't, I can't help that. And maybe that played a part too. My dad not being there, and it was a void that I always wanted to fill.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to fill that void by just being a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Also, when you're doing God's work, that goes
it goes so far. I've been telling people that, I feel like if there was a movie that played out of people's lives, and it was how you acted towards people, how you treated people, in your whole life, it was a whole movie. I feel like you should be trying to do things in that movie that God will be proud of, that he would approve of. The things you say, how you treat people. Listen, and I know some mean people.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I live by that too. Like, your life is a movie. Like, you really gotta write your own story. Like, and that's really where I'm at now too. Because I'm like, in my head, I make scenarios in my head all the time. Yeah. And like, that's how you manifest stuff too. But like I said, I make scenarios in my head. I'm like, yo, I want this to happen. I want that to happen. So it's like,
has some of it happened?
All of it has happened.
All of it has happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna toot my horn. All of it has happened.
Oh, that's such a blessing.
Yeah, and like, I wouldn't say it happened in the way that I thought it would happen.
Because God has a funny way of showing us things. He got a real funny way.
So I didn't really expect like the outcome that I got out of it, but I always went at that.
You always, man, honestly, that's so inspiring, though. Everything that you prayed about, everything that you manifested actually happened. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a prayer. That's a big word.
Prayer. Yo, people don't realize how much prayer changes things. Like, I'm not going to put him out there, but I have a friend who's like going through heartbreak. And like, this is like his first time going through heartbreak. And I'm like, just pray about it. Like, anything that's on your mind, the worries that you have, pray about it. And he didn't listen. So I still hear the same. I still hear him crying every day because he hasn't prayed yet.
And it's crazy because I get people that vent to me all the time about what they going through with certain things. Like, somebody be like, I cry every night trying, because I don't got this thing figured out. And I be like, well, do you pray? And they like, oh.
It always gets silent.
So like, it get real silent because after that, I don't know what to say. Like, I just gave you the answer.
I'm giving you the tools, literally.
They're like, I ain't religious for real. You don't have to be religious.
You don't.
Like, you just gotta believe that it's something up there.
Like,
and like, people think prayer mean you gotta say, dear God, Jesus Christ, da, 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 da. Like, you can literally be in an isolated room and just
talk to him. Just be regular and talk to him. Mo always describes life as like, there's a picture painted on the other side and it's already done. It's already painted. Mm-hmm. So I think that gives people hope. Like, it's already done. God already has your life planned out. It's already done.
It's definitely like already written. It's crazy.
Let's get into your actual stage name, Tip 12. How did you come up with that?
Crazy. That's a long story. So 12, I'm gonna start with 12, number 12. My birthday is October 12th.
Okay.
And I started making beats at the age of 12 too.
Wow, that's young. Okay.
Yeah, super young. So the tip part, at first, my name at first was spelled like T1P12.
It was.
And the T1P is basically the initials of my name. But it's like, but my initials is TEP, but like Tip 12 ain't sound right. So I was like, I'm going to just put the 1 right there and go with Tip 12. And then I just wound up changing it to how it sounds and spelled it like that.
So you say you started making beats at 12. So you've always had like a musical like aspect to you.
Yeah, like a musical desire. Like everything music just like it turned me up every time.
Around your first instrument.
The drums. My mother bought me a drum set when I was like 3-4 for Christmas. Yeah, and that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, it didn't really click to me that like this is what I wanted to do in my life until I was like 17, 18.
Yeah, I remember like you really started putting yourself out there after high school.
Yeah.
Was it something in you like I'm not living a regular lifestyle. I'm about to try to do something with myself.
Yes. Like it was a point I was like 16. And I'm like, what is the purpose of life? Like, why are we here? What are we doing here? Yes. Like, I really used to be in a car with my mama, and she would pull up to McDonald's. I'm like, why is this person working at McDonald's? What are we doing here? And
like, serving hot fries.
Yeah, just serving hot fries. She tried, and I'm just, at that point, I'm like, why are they here? They try to get that dollar or whatever, but, I just started asking around, and one day, like, I went to my barber and I asked him the same thing. Shout out to the barbers. Barbers got a lot of wisdom.
I hear that. Y'all be having good talks in the barbershop.
Great talks. I don't know what y'all be talking about in the salons, but it get
damn thing.
Nothing. It get deep in the barbershops. But the barber at the time, he was actually a good friend of my father's too. He was kind of like a godfather. So we had talks all the time. And I asked him like, yo, like, what is the purpose of life? Like, why are we here? And he was just like, you got to do what you do best with no effort. Like, that's your purpose. Like, whatever you do good at with no effort, and like that people love it, that's what you do. That's what you go full throttle in. And it clicked to me like, well, damn, well, let me see if music is my purpose. Yeah. And then over the course of time, I really just started trying to figure stuff out. If I wanted to go to school, if I wanted to take it serious, if this is what it's meant to be and not to be. And then it just finally clicked. Like, yeah, that's my purpose.
So after you finding out that that's your purpose, what was the start? Like, what were you like, this is something I have to do first in order to do this, this, and this? Did you have like a plan?
No, not really. But I
never do.
Never.
Not as fun, yeah.
Now this goes back to manifestation too, how I manifest everything. It's a studio in Park Heights. It's called Studio Compound. And all of the major artists from here work there. Shorty, Bound, Izzy, Young Crazo from Virginia, everybody. But I didn't know the name or nobody that worked there. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get in that studio one day and I'm gonna connect with these people. I'm like, yo, around that time I had faith in myself. So I'm like, I'm the missing link to that whole campaign right there. Yeah. And I swear to God, probably like a year later, shout out my brother Static C. He changed my life. He hit me and was like, yo, come cook up with me at Compound. I'm like, what is Compound? Like, what is that? Right. You know what I'm saying? And he sent me to the studio. And I'm like, hold up. No way. It was the studio that I was trying to get in there. I got in there and it was up from there. It's a funny thing, right? That around that same time, I was working a job. It was a good paying job. I was like 19, making like $500 a week. I'm like 500 a week at 19. That's cheese. So I'm like, at that point, like I said, I'm close with God. So I'm like, man, I don't want another job. I hate working. I will say it on the camera. I hate working. I don't like working at all. Like, so it's like, I'm like, you take this job away from me, you must be trying to tell me something. And mind you, I was going to that studio like every night, like after work, knowing I had to be back up at like 6, 7 in the morning. Going to the studio. Grind. It was your passion. Grind. Yeah. Going from Sedonia all the way to Park Heights every night. Every night. So I just had a brain fart. Just had a serious brain fart.
So they called you up at, yes. Your brother called you up at Compound.
Yeah, called me up at Compound. Yes, that's what I was saying. So, I was going up there. I started working with Shorty, working with the rest of the team. I met the owner. I actually ran into my brother Pyrex like one time, but like we wasn't as close around that time. But I'm like, yeah, like this is the team I want to work with. You know what I'm saying?
A good team matters.
A great team matters. But at the same time, it was like Christmas, the day after Christmas. I'm like, and I kept talking to God. I'm like, don't take this job away from me. I said, because I love this job. If you take this job, I'm going full throttle. I'm not getting another job. Yeah. They called me. Yeah, man, things are slowing down. You're not really getting no business right now. So unfortunately, we had to let you go.
Wow.
Yeah. I turned off at that point. I was like, yo, I got beats $50. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sell beats $50. I was getting them gone.
Was that the lowest you ever charged?
Yes, $50.
50 for beats.
And like this was before I was even like, I even had like major hits and stuff. Yeah. Like that. So I'm like, yeah, like $50. I ain't had no bills neither. You know, I'm living with my own dukes. Yeah. I got a little car, no phone bill, nothing crazy. Young and turned. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta give her $300 a month and that's it. So I'm like, I'm literally staying down broke. I'm still in my relationship too. Yeah. Broke, you know what I'm saying, grinding it out, trying to get $50 just so I can get something to eat. And I grinded it out like that for a very, very long time.
Wow, but you knew in the back of your mind
that it was
up is coming. Yeah.
And probably like a year after doing all of that, maybe probably a couple months after doing all of that. Mind you, I forgot to say that. I started working at the studio. That's what got me into engineering because I also needed a job too. So I'm selling beats and I'm working at the studio. Started working with Shorty. That's a fun fact too. I wanted to work with Shorty for a long time, but like I just couldn't get in contact. I would hop on his lives. I got beats. I would load his email up with beats. couldn't get nothing.
They don't look at their DMs.
No, they don't look at none of that.
But I still will DM them.
Yeah, no, you got to. You have to.
You be feeling dumb like, this nigga never gonna look at my DMs.
Never gonna look at it. But sometimes you just gotta keep doing it.
Yeah.
But one time, he was in there, and I played him some beats. He was like, yeah, we ready to lock in. A couple months after that, they dropped Obituary. He got big, and then the label flew me out to Atlanta, and that's all she wrote.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this startup, right? Did you feel like you got the support right away? Because I was looking at an interview and an artist was basically saying how you can feel kind of, I don't want to say dumb, but like you feel weird for having an idea, for having a vision.
Yeah.
Like,
not really. Like I definitely had some people that was like, yo, like go for it, do your thing. But I also had a lot of people, especially like my family, they was like, boy, you need to go get a job.
Yeah.
You need to go to school and go get your associates. So you can go, yes, you'll get that 9 to 5 and get them good benefits. I'm like, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't care about none of that. Like,
you didn't care.
No.
You just did it.
No, that's why people tell me to this day I'm hard-headed. I don't listen. And I honestly don't care because, like, I know what I want to do in my life.
Yeah.
And I knew around that time, I'm like, yeah, I don't care what y'all think, what y'all say, how y'all feel. I'm going to go for what I want.
I was talking about this last pod, how our parents are so conditioned to clock in the 9 to 5, come home, take care of the kids, do the same thing over and over again. And I feel like with our generation, it's more of, let me try to be a lash tech. Let me try to be an esthetician. Let me try to produce and different things. So I feel like we are, in a way, breaking that cycle. I mean, because when I look back, I don't really feel like my parents were happy working every day and coming home. I mean, you have kids, you love your kids, but who wants to really be clocking into something that they don't enjoy to do?
I feel like, and that goes what you were saying, I feel like we are breaking a generational curse.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest goal right now, is breaking the generational curse. A lot of people don't got the balls. I want to break the generational curse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody in my family that went super major yet. There's nobody that's, nobody that's rich that took care of the family yet. Like, I want to be the person to do that. And I think, like, we're in a generation where everybody wants to break the generational curse in their own way. And, like, back then, the old school days, that's what it was. Like, the trend was to work a job and
get a good one.
Yeah, get a good paying job, and that was it, and be miserable for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they kind of looked at it as just like, that's what make you tough, or like, that's like the tough love. Like, oh, well, it's going to be hard. Just, suck it up and go do it.
Man, life's hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Life is hard.
Life is super hard, but like, I'm not trying to live this.
Yeah, if you can't make it easier, why not?
Exactly.
Now, do you play drums for your church?
I do. But I'm not the primary drummer, but I do play the drums. So I do percussion at my church, but I do it on like a beat machine.
Okay, and were you always doing that?
Yeah, since I was like 14.
Wow, I love that.
Church, and then the church, like, my church started when I was 14. And I think we only had a keyboardist at the time. We did have a drummer. And then the praise team, they was just like, we need somebody to play the bongos. And they was like, Tay, like, do you want to play the bongos? I was like, I don't know if I want to play no bongos, but I think of something. And I realized I had a beat machine and I had the bongos on there. I'm like, oh yeah, let me go and try this. And I've been doing it since then.
So, play for your church. Do you ever have like this spiritual warfare of like, okay, I'm gonna do something Saturday night, but then Sunday night I'm gonna go in and play the bongos for the congregation?
Yes. It is a spiritual warfare. I mean, it's like, I don't really trip too much about it. But what I will say, like, being in church, like being active in church, definitely keep me at a balance. Because
for sure.
What I will say, like, doing music, and especially like at the level I'm doing it, you will run into some demons. I'm telling you. And I'm not just talking about physical people demons.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to see some shit. And I didn't seen some things. So church,
it keeps you grounded. I love that though.
It keep me grounded.
I be having this, it's discernment, but it's like you also have this moral conscience where it's like, okay, that's not really the type of energy I want to be around, or that's not really the person. And they say, the music industry is
it's
devil. It's so wicked.
It is a devil. But that's what makes it hard for me and a lot of musicians. Like, in the Bible, it does say the devil himself was once a musician. So that's why we go through it the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I believe it.
I love it so much. I keep going, and he can't stop me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So let's talk about friendships. Have friends ever asked you for free beats? Let's get into it. Or do you feel like there was a time where like a friend took advantage of the position you were in?
I deal with that all the time.
All the time? Still?
I mean, yeah, but I've been like a lot more exclusive now. Like, if I don't know you, or like we haven't already had like some kind of like longevity, like I won't give you free beats, or I just might be like, yo, just give me a percentage when you upload or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, trust me, I didn't had fallouts because this person got mad about this beat. He heard somebody on that beat, and they're like, I thought that was my beat, and I'm like, well, you didn't pay for it, so I just sent it out.
Is that how you reconcile, or is that how you kind of determine who gets it, even if they're friends, like who paid for it?
Yeah, like who paid for it? And it's really like it's tricky. It really all depends.
You ever tell your friends the song's trash? Your lyrics is not good.
I do, but I do it in a nicer way. But like I do it in a way like I'll be like, yeah, it needs improvement.
Gotcha.
Like that's what.
No, that's solid. It needs improvement. That's like, just clear cut to the point.
Like it needs improvement. They're like, you think it needs improvement? Or I'd be like, well, this don't make sense right here. And like I really critique, but like I don't know, there's something about me. I'm just like I can't say that and be like, yo, your shit sucks.
Yeah. Like, how old are you?
24.
24. Okay. Yeah. So, do you feel like you now have a equally yoked circle? Do you feel like you have outgrown? You feel like you've outgrown your friendships that needed to be by the wayside?
Yeah, and it's like back to the love thing. The love that I always wanted.
Yeah.
Like I grew up off love, but there was always something like missing.
A void.
It was a void still missing because like back then, like I said, I got love, but like I was very nice. So like I feel like I got used. I kind of got abused. Like I'm kind of like, Dad, you're supposed to be my friend. You get selfish, but like now I'm at a point where I got friends where they're like, yo, I got your back. I don't have to ask for nothing. None of that. They just like, yo, I got you.
It matters. Like having that solid foundation. It's like you don't want people that's just draining you and don't have nothing to offer.
No, you can't. You won't get nowhere with that, I'm telling you.
Can we get into love?
Yes, we can get into love.
So you were in a long-term relationship for a while. Uh-huh. I have a question though for people.
Okay.
Now, and I'll give my answer, but do you feel like you're more productive or less productive when you have someone in your life?
Less productive.
Me too. I'm full throttle.
Yeah, full throttle. Because it's like, from a man's perspective.
Yes, I love a man's perspective.
From a man's perspective, when a man falls in love, like he'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you love that person. And when it comes to like a female could get kind of complacent with what you're doing sometimes.
Explain.
Like if you spoil her all the time, she's gonna expect that.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And because that's what she's used to. That's what you groomed her to be immune to.
You courted her, yes.
Yes, like you courted her that way. So over the course of time, you know what I'm saying, you still love her, you know what I'm saying, and then y'all doing other things that create a soul tie, and you just gonna keep pouring into her where you burn out, and you forgot that you still got this over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been there, and in the process of my relationship, just pouring into her, and it wasn't really going for a throttle on my music.
So you don't feel like you ever created that balance between chasing your dreams and having a relationship?
Nope. I think another thing was that was my first love.
Yeah.
That was my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
My first body. That was like my first everything.
Yeah.
So it's like when your first everything, you like, man, fuck everything else. Yeah. Like, I'm ready to just lock in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I still was doing it because, like, in that whole process of me going to the studio on the compound and all that stuff, like, I still was in a relationship. Yeah. Doing all of that. But it over time, when you know, the longer you go with, you'll lose your mind. You get burnt out. You get burnt out. And I burnt out and I crashed out. No, like, it was bad. It was definitely bad.
So do you feel like your relationship ended because you were trying to chase your dreams? Or it had a part of it?
It definitely, my dreams definitely played a part in my relationship. She's definitely made it known that she never felt like a priority. Yeah. You know, music was always a priority. And I definitely told her that will always be a priority. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That granted, we had spent so much time together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But first loves are like no joke.
No, it's no joke at all.
Like you had first.
Yeah. Yes, man.
So do you feel like now you have that balance?
Yeah, I got the balance now, but what I will say is the difference is not in the relationship right now. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm
You're not locked into anybody.
I'm not locked into nobody. Like, I'm full throttle focused on myself and my career right now. And I think another thing that play a part too is when you get into a relationship and you have a calling or desire to do something, that person has to align with that.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's so you're dropping gems.
Dropping gems. Now, granted, some people might not agree, but it's kind of like, you can't be a music producer dating a CNA, GNA, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or a lash tech, dating a construction worker, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it just don't really align, you know what I'm saying? And it, like I said, there's other stuff that go into like work schedule, time, whatever the case may be, but it's like, y'all will never have that full understanding of each other when y'all got two different desires in life.
Right. So can I ask, now that you've been out of your relationship for some time, what, I guess, is a lesson that you've learned in your 20s about love?
Damn. That's a good question. Don't force it. Don't force it. If it's there, it's there. Yeah. You'll know when it's there. Like, don't go looking for it. Don't go chasing it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to keep courting this person when they're not ready to be courting. Yes. That's where I messed up at. Just, don't force it. Like, just let it happen.
Yeah, I can agree. I feel like with my last relationship, I thought that it was supposed to be something, and God was like, no, it's not that, and I'm gonna keep showing you that, and I'm gonna keep doing things to make it not work, to show you that this is not it right now.
You hit it right on the nose, because that's exactly
it's gonna keep not working. Yeah. And that's why I really would like a relationship that's just centered in God, because I feel like that's the only way it could really work. Yeah. I'll do Bible studies every Wednesday. I don't want you to come in my life and you have never been to a Bible study, you've never prayed, because now I'm having to teach you and kind of mold you to be a follower of Christ, and I don't really want to do that. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my camera cut off. But basically, I was just speaking of how I want my next relationship and even friendships, I want to be equally yoked. I want you to already know Christ. Being that you do play for your church and you are a follower of Christ, do you have any expectations on what you will want your next female to instill, the values and qualities you would think she needs to have?
Yes. But it's just, it's not like, I don't have like a list. Like, oh, right, she gonna do this, she gonna do that, she gonna do that. Like, but I do believe that she gotta have some kind of relationship with the higher power. Yeah. If she doesn't, it's not gonna work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Believe it.
And I have, I will say that I have met like women over the time, like, because I've been dating that had a connection with God, and like our relationship is growing because we understand each other's mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I done met some women in my dating era And they just like, oh, yeah, I can't be around you too long because you do too much. And then we might get into the conversation where I'm like, do you pray? Do you talk to God? They're like, no. I'm like, that's exactly why I can't do that.
That's exactly why. Do you like dating in your 20s?
I do.
You do?
I do. It's like a, I don't even want to say it's a gift and a curse, but like, it's I feel like it's good because like you know what you like, you know what you don't like, but it'll also teach a lot. It'll teach you a lot about yourself.
It will.
In a good way and a bad way. Like,
what's the bad way?
Other things like that you may not tell nobody that you got to work on. Yeah. You're like, nah, like you got to work on that. Like you might think about a past situation that you had with somebody and you like.
That trauma come up.
Yeah, you like, dang, okay. That's where I get that from. Maybe I should stop doing that. So maybe when I date the next person, I make sure I won't do that again. Or say that again. Right.
I don't date much now, but dating in my 20s has showed me a lot about myself and like just certain traits I have, certain traits I don't want to have, and certain traits I want someone to have. So it's definitely taught me a lot. Have you seen like any positive relationships growing up? Like, do you have any I guess something to look and kind of refer to as far as healthy relationships? It's okay if you hadn't.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, not really.
Not really.
I can't even say anything like, nah, I really haven't.
Yeah, because I was trying to think, like, even though my parents were together for a long time, and I didn't really see much of arguing or anything like that, I don't necessarily think they were the most equally yoked. Especially seeing them apart. I'm like, you guys are with two different people.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I mean, it's in all ethnicities, but, you know, especially in like a lot of Black households. Yeah. Like, it's really hard to like, you know, see them like when they happy. Okay, I guess because, you know, you live there and you stay there. Yeah. You know, one day they're good, one day they're not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. Yeah.
Can you be friends with an ex?
That's a good question.
It is. Like, I'll be contemplating.
I feel like no, you can't. But like at the end of the day, I feel like I shouldn't be saying this, okay? But it's very.
You want the exclusive?
Like it's very contradicting because like me and my ex, like we're still cool, we're still friends, but like we ain't, you know, that's like
y'all not talking every day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, but like we still check in, you know, we might go out, you know, grab a little eat, you know, something like that, but it's definitely a boundary that you got to set.
Yeah,
with that person and yourself, like. Yo, we cool and that's it. Like,
right.
Don't be catching no feelings.
Yeah.
Don't be doing too much. Don't be trying to be lovey-dovey all the time. Stay over there because I'm on something else.
Yeah,
I ain't even looking at you like this. We cool.
Oh, you're not even looking. See, right. That's the thing. I think time needs to go by in order for you to really be friends with an ex.
Yeah.
Like my ex wants to be friends, and I'm like, it's too raw. It's too fresh. Even though I've dated other people after him, but I just think like when one person comes with so many attachments, so much memories, so much love, it's just too much. I don't care to revisit.
And then, like what I will say too is like, I think it's all about longevity too, because like me and my ex, we was together for 5 years.
Yeah,
5 years. So it's like,
and you were young,
super young. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, like it's just really all about like longevity and like. It was a point in time when me and my ex wasn't talking.
Right.
It got bad. We were beefing.
It gets there.
You know
it gets there.
But it's like, you know, sometimes you need that actual break from not talking.
At all. Like a clear.
Yeah.
No contact.
No contact, no communication, no looking at her, like no nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to set the necessary boundaries. I feel like I also give men grace, especially young men, because it's like not only are you trying to figure out how to be a man in your 20s, but now add a relationship on there. Now you're trying to figure out how to be a man in a relationship. And honestly, it's a lot of catering that goes in, to your point earlier, with your woman. Like, we are very sensitive creatures. Like, it's a certain type of it's a level of commitment for sure.
It's definitely a level of commitment. That's what I will admit to. Like in my relationship, there was a lot that like I wasn't really understanding about like my woman and just women in general. Yeah. Where it's just like, you know, I didn't really know when to put a stop to this. Yeah. Or when to tell her like, yo, just relax. That's not what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of like just lost my shit in a way.
Y'all frontal lobe don't develop till like 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these are facts. I believe it.
You said frontal lobe?
Yes.
What is that? I never heard of that.
It's some scientific term. It sounds right.
Yeah, that don't sound like. Oh yeah, the cognition. I do believe that. Like it don't really click until we get to a certain age. Yeah. But like I didn't know that's what it was called. Like in front of the lobe.
Now, being that you are in the music industry, what's your Mount Rushmore artist?
Mount Rushmore artist.
I think Mount Rushmore is only 4. It's 4 people, right? Okay.
Travis Scott, Don Toliver.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely Drake. And
not bad.
Jay-Z.
That's not a... let's get into the 20-something questions. Now, previously, from my first episode, people were a little confused. They're like, you didn't get to the 20th question. But just to reiterate and to make it clear, 20-something questions, we're asking a question every week. And then we're going to start over. We're going to start from 20 and then drop down to 1, start all over again from 20. So every episode, we're going to ask a question off the 20-somethings questions list. I hope that sounds better. That's more clear.
Makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So let's get into the 20-something question.
Okay.
I mean, we damn near touched everything today. But what is the hardest reality in your 20s that you had to face? So far, because there's going to be a lot more. A lot of harsher realities.
You need money. You need money. Like, it's bad. And like, that's one thing I had a problem with. Like, I was always trying to do everything with no money. But like,
that's so true.
You need money. So it's like, even when you're not making enough revenue off of what you want to do, you got to do something else. Like, and people was telling me, even my mother was telling me that for the longest, but I'm like, no, I'm going to stay down and be broke for years until I make my money off of this. But you need money. Like, that's probably the harsh reality that I had to face.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If I could think, a harsh reality I had to face in my 20s, not everything is forever. So even, I'm getting personal, but even relating back to my parents, like I'm thinking in a perfect world, my parents are going to be together forever. Like it's going to happen. Like I've seen them. They've been together my whole life. I'm just thinking like this is forever. But now, even in my relationships and my friendships now, I'm okay with things having an expiration date. I'm okay with things coming to an end because I know that this was a lesson. God put you in my life for a reason, for the allotted time. And I learned, you learn. It doesn't have to be a forever thing. So I think that's a hard reality.
I want to piggyback off of that too. Like, kind of like expecting like friendships to last and stuff like that, or expecting that like this friendship is supposed to go like this. It's funny, like when it comes to friendships, I feel like you're really taking a risk. Like you gotta take a risk. Like I feel like a lot of people are so like guarded when it comes to like friendships and stuff. But it's like I feel like that's one thing that's gonna get you far, whether the friendship lasts long or not. Like you gotta just trust the person off rip because you never know what that person can teach you a good thing, teach you a bad thing, or that person could elevate you to a whole nother way of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They could probably just up your career just by being a good friend.
Yeah, I think we'd be scared to put ourselves out there.
Yeah. You can't be scared to put yourself
out there. He was just telling me when my camera died about networking. So I'm gonna make a point. Yes. I wanna do better networking.
Networking is vital. You need it. You gotta network.
Gotta network. Okay. A tip from tip 12.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into corrupt comments. So Mo, we're gonna pull up the video. So I seen two actually. Corrupt comments is where we just comment on current events. Okay. So the first video was from 21 Savage. Yeah, pull up the clip.
What was it? It was something like he gave Cardi money, something like that?
No. So basically the 21 was that he got scammed. Well, they were playing cards and the cards were scratched. 21 Savage's cards. And they were playing for like $250,000. So he was like, these cars are scratched. And 21 Savage was shocked. He's like, the cars are scratched. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, I don't know if they were trying to finesse a white man. I'm not sure. But you got it? Pull it up. Do it louder.
Shut up on my phone.
Fuck me. Huh? What'd you say? I was just saying, fuck me. I
know. See, now we watch him get aged. Nah, I know this shit, bro.
Bro, tell me, bro. What? Oh, you'll see. I'm not gonna talk. Oh, you'll see. Don't worry. It's bad? Oh, it's bad. You'll see. Like, bad? Yes.
He seems confident. Don't be weird. You feel first.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, do you rappers, like, not fuck with me, bro? Like, what's going on here?
God. Come on, put me.
So, like, what the fuck is going on here?
What you have?
Alright, just
clean. That's some bullshit, bro.
I don't know if that's the thing.
That sounds like an aftermath.
On God.
Yeah. It sounds like niggas.
On God, they're marked. Hold on.
This kind of
the little scratches on the.
But he got scammed by Cardi too.
Did he?
Yeah, he paid Cardi. He paid Playboy Cardi $2 million to get on his stream. He took the money, stayed in there, didn't talk for like 5 minutes, and then he left with the money.
My whole thing is Aiden Ross trying to get?
Is it Aiden Ross confronts 21 Savage?
Yeah, pull that up.
Scratch, bro. They're marked, bro. These are marked. Look. Nah, yeah. See that mark right there? I'm not tripping, bro. That's a mark.
It's on the top.
Right there, yeah. They all have scratches on it, bro. The face card. See, this one face card doesn't have it. Every face card has a scratch on it.
All scratched.
Have scratches.
See what you talking about. On these ones, check it
right there. There's the same scratch on the thing.
You just have it.
See,
bro. What you
huh?
Swap it.
Just get my bet back in 2K. Yeah.
Right there, yeah. They all have scratches on it, bro. The face card. See, this one on the face card doesn't have it. Look, every face card has a scratch.
But my thing is, here's my thing, right? You are so up in your career. You have the fame, you have the money, and you're like, I'm gonna bet $250,000 on a card game. Is it that simple? Like, are we not knowing the value of $1 anymore?
Yeah, nah, I guess not. Everything is just like, everything is numbers. Everything is for fame.
I just don't. And then this poor guy.
I no 250,000.
250,000 is crazy.
Super crazy. Now somebody like Aiden Ross, he got it. Like, he's filthy rich. Like,
I just discovered him.
Yeah, he filthy rich. That's who turned up Casanet and like the whole Ant group. Like, he was the one that did that.
And he said that he just did not an interview, but he was just on stream saying that Kai is more further in his career because he's black over Aiden. I don't know Aiden Ross. I heard of Kai Cenat before I heard of Aiden Ross. Yeah. But why? First of all, these rappers are gambling with him. I don't know if they're looking at him as this poor white guy. Let me just try to finesse.
But this is another thing too. Like, I realized that Aiden Ross gives out a lot of money. Like, that's just, he got money, so he just gives it out. You know what I'm saying? People say all the time, you can't just give people stuff.
Yeah.
Keep being a giving person.
$2 million just to come on my stream?
Like, Casanet doesn't do that. And Casanet explained that too, because somebody asked him, I think Son of Lil Yachty, he asked him, like, like, how do you go about doing like live strings of people? He was like, I get labels try to pay me all the time. And he's like, I just don't do it with everybody. He said it gotta make sense for me to do it. And for what like Aiden is doing, it's just like he's just kicking out money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying this and trying that. And it's just like, it's working, but at the same time
I wonder what is a streamer's goal? Like, what after you get it? Like, what's the end goal? Like, what are you? Kai did just get a deal with Nike, though. I did see that.
That's tough.
That's tough. 22. I mean, 22 and a deal with Nike.
He's young doing it.
He had a vision and he acted on it early. That's so important.
Super early.
I got another video. You seen Jay-Z's speech at the Grammys?
I did see part of it. I think I saw part of it.
Let's pull up the clip.
Yeah, I want to hear that again because he did say
Thank you very much.
Some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed.
Some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you made it robbed.
Some of you don't belong in the category.
Some of you don't belong in the category.
No, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
But outside of that, you know, we got to keep showing up. And forget the Grammys for a second, just in life.
You know, we got to keep showing up. And forget the Grammys for a second, just in life.
Nervous as I am.
As my daughter sits and stares at
just
me
in
nervous
life,
as I am.
you got to keep showing up. Just keep showing up.
Just in
forget
life,
the Grammys,
you got to keep showing up. Just keep showing up.
Until they give you all those accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you a genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time.
Until they call you a genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time. You feel me?
You can turn it. I think it was a good speech. But being that you are a producer, are you content with never getting the accolades or recognition from this shit?
No, I'm not content.
Yeah.
I want something.
Yeah.
I definitely do want a Grammy at one point. I want a plaque. It don't it don't even gotta be a Grammy where I'm on stage and I'm getting nominated. But like, you know, it's people underground that still get Grammys.
Yeah, because they were on a song.
Yeah. I definitely want to come home and have my platinum plaques and gold plaques hanging up on the wall. Like, I definitely want trophies out of this.
Yeah. No, for sure. And the fact that he was like, some people are gonna get robbed from it or feel robbed. That's real.
No, it's real. I'll give you a prime example. Travis Scott gets robbed every year. He got nominated 10 times.
Wow.
And haven't won a Grammy yet. And I don't know if y'all peep, but Travis is putting in a lot of work from his concerts.
No, Astroworld, everything.
Astroworld was crazy.
Huge.
Even
Utopia.
Utopia is crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like that. Like, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. You don't even know if you watch his performance, but if you watch his performance on the Grammys, he starts destroying the stage, like throwing chairs around, breaking the setup while he's like performing a song. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's rigged. It's definitely rigged. Like, who the fuck is Killer Mike? Like,
no.
Who is that?
But you know what? They said he had a great album. I personally don't know who Killer Mike is, but a lot of old heads know who Killer Mike is.
Even like that, I think last year, Chris Brown. Everyone was saying Chris Brown was supposed to get nominated, but they nominated somebody named Robert Glasper or something like that.
Right.
Like, who is these people? Now, granted, I wish these people the best if they ever watch this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I wish them the best and no hate, but like, yo, who are these people? Like,
so, but then that goes back to the recognition. You care. It's like, it feels bad to say we care about the recognition from white people. We care about these awards. We care about the nominations. It matters to us.
Yeah.
But like, nobody's really showing up to BET Awards.
Nope. Yeah, no, not at all.
So it's like, who do we want the recognition from? Who do we want the acknowledgement from? Who do we want the trophies from?
The higher ups.
The higher ups.
The higher ups. Yep, the higher ups. But you know, that's why, you know, it is good that we have, you know, BET.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if they don't show up.
Right, even if they don't show up, but they're gonna show up enough to look out, you know, for the black community.
Us.
And the Grammys, they just like, all right, it's gonna handpick this black person.
Right.
Who is that? Why did you handpick that? What's going on?
Well, thanks for coming. We're going to close it out, okay? It's something about your 20-somethings that, and you got to just finish it. You want me to go first? You feel on the spot?
Yeah. Okay, what are you going to say?
It's something about your 20-somethings that you want me to fill in the blank.
It's something about your 20-somethings. I don't know. Yeah, you got to fill it in.
All right, I'll go. It's something about your 20-somethings that make you particular about the circle you keep. I did that.
Yeah.
That was off the dome. That was off the dome.
Okay, let me think of one. Kind of like what Jay-Z said. It's something about your 20-somethings that makes you show up.
I love that.
For any and everything.
I love that.
Whether it's good or bad, if it's cute or ugly. You do something about your 20-somethings that you just show up.
Tip 12, y'all. Thanks for coming.